is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew in New York tonight. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Jack Osbourne is in studio tonight. Always good to see Jack.
How you guys doing?
Sitting in Drew's chair. And looks right at home there, Drew, so you might not need to come back.
That'd be great.
That'd be great. All right, buddy. Jack, let's see, 1,000 questions for Jack. First, we'll give the plugs out. The new Osbournes, which just started, is out on Tuesdays, 10:30 on MTV, of course. Coincidentally, and really lamentably, if that's a word, is also the Crank Yankers premieres Tuesday nights at 10:30. So you get two TVs, or you TiVo one of them, or you flip-flop back and forth with just talking to Jack about his lovely time doing Crank Yankers. And big stars coming out this year. Got Eminem, I think, in the first season episode. Also, Jack is co-starring in New York Minute, which Dr. Drew is in. With the Olsen twins, playing the Olsen twins' dad, which is coming out. When did you say it was? May, Drew?
Yeah, May, something like that.
Big premiere coming up.
Have they said anything to you, Jack, about premieres?
I don't know. I did like an interview this morning for it. Like they're starting to do promotion. I think
really nice.
There's going to be a bit of promotion, I think.
That's so funny.
Whatever.
Drew, they asked you to go out and do it, or just
of course,
shut your pie hole?
They shut my pie hole.
All right, so that'll be surreal. I'd like to go to that premiere, Drew, if that's possible.
We'll have to see. I don't know, Mr. Carolla.
You can be my date, Adam.
Thank you. The also, well, let's see. Saw Ozzy and Sharon last night on the Grammys. Ozzy seemed to be in good spirits. Seemed to be in good shape. I know everyone's been bothering you, asking you all about this, but I've not asked you about it. How is he doing?
He's doing good. He's doing really well.
He got in a horrible accident in England on was it like the family estate?
Yeah, we have like 300 acres over there, so we have these ATVs to get all around. And
right, and this is the four-wheel variety. Mm-hmm. And he was riding along and hit a ditch, or what?
Yeah,
what happened?
It was a bomb crater.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was a bomb crater in the backyard we never knew about because the grass was, hadn't been cut in a while, and it was, all grown over, and he hit it and just launched him off the bike.
And the bike landed on him? Or
yeah.
Oh, my God. So he was completely busted up. I mean, much worse than people initially thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stories I were hearing scared the hell out of me. Really, he arrested, you had no pulse and this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He was on a ventilator for many days. It's awful.
Yeah, the security guard had to revive him twice.
Really? It's a good thing he knew how to do that, right?
Yeah. Well, our security guards were like ex-cops and stuff.
Oh, really? Because my thing, if I see like a bleeding bodies, I try to I go for the wallet. That's my whole thing.
Poke it with a stick first?
I poke it and run, and then stop and turn around and look, and then I try to get the wallet out of there. So the security guard really saved his life.
Yeah. Sam's the man.
And did you guys give him a raise, or?
I don't know. He's taking us to the gun range tomorrow, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's
So Ozzy got in the accident. He was convalescing in England. I mean, he couldn't be moved or anything, right?
No, he couldn't, because he had a punctured lung. He couldn't fly for I think 2 months.
Wow. And by the way, what goes on with flying, Drew, where the pressure is so great that, people that are pregnant shouldn't be doing this, and old people sometimes, and people with certain conditions, yet we're in the plane, feels fine to us. What's up with that, Drew?
Well, you're talking about in terms of the oxygen pressure?
It's lower than normal. Going on?
Yeah,
I feel like fine, though. I'm drinking like a fish. I'm criticizing the help. I'm not like the old me.
You are your old self, but you do have a propensity to rag about your mom and grandmother a little more than usual.
And you think maybe that's the thin oxygen?
That's the low oxygen tension. I suspect that's it.
So Ozzy made a almost complete recovery.
Yeah.
I noticed he was wearing a neck brace.
Yeah, because he cracked a vertebrae in his neck.
Right.
So he's got to have the neck brace on, I think, for another 6 months.
And he recouped it. I mean, at least to the point where he could travel. When did he get back to the States?
I think about 3 weeks ago now.
Wow.
And so he's back at home. Everyone's at home.
Mm-hmm.
I was at the Osbourne house during the Christmas special. Really is spectacular.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I know you don't really have that much to base it on. I mean, I don't know where you were living. Where were you living before the Osbourne house?
We had a house a little more west on Sunset. It was on was it Beverly Drive.
Yeah, it wasn't a shoebox. I mean, it was a decent place,
yeah, it was
right?
a decent place. It was just a little. It was one of those houses that has just a giant, massive hallway right when you walk in. So
Right.
you could fart in your bedroom and hear it downstairs because it's so echoey.
Yeah, I like that. Is there when I came over the house, there were commotion out front. Are there people hanging out front almost all the time every day?
Yeah.
And like on one sense, I would find that disruptive and sort of frightening, and then on the other hand, it sort of gives you a sense of safety, doesn't it? In a weird way. Like, I mean, how do you break into the Osbourne house without one of the jack-offs who's out front yelling at the guy who's climbing the fence? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. I mean, there's that level. Those people, yelling at the guy jumping the fence could all join in.
They could go over they could storm the fence too.
But we have guys with like massive guns sitting behind. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what you say. I had no trouble getting in. Drew?
you were on the list.
Yep.
How's flight okay? New York's all right?
Yeah, it's all good. The weather's broken here. Now it's a nice 38 to 40 degrees. Nice.
All right. What are you doing over there? Something for Trojan?
I'm working for Trojan. They are introducing a new product which has a lubricant in it that gets warm.
Oh,
it touches
yeah.
the skin. Yeah, it's cool. It gets on the inside so the guy feels it, and also on the outside for the female part.
LoveLine is brought to you by Trojan.
Yeah, it's a good.
Finally.
Well, when has it ever been cold though?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, it gets.
Yeah.
I mean, it really gets warm. It's like tingly and warm. It's a very cool product.
Have you experienced this yet, Drew?
Not on my penis, but on my hand.
Okay.
Right.
But you're right. I should take him home and try him.
While he was jacking an executive off, but technically it was on his hand. Very uncomfortable press conference, Drew. I was there. I thought it was inappropriate, but what are you got a product to move. I'm not going to tell you how to do it.
Well, what are you supposed to do? Put it on somebody's finger? I mean,
It is true. It is marginally more offensive, like when the woman, the Planned Parenthood, puts the condom over the banana and explains how it's used. There's something sort of more bizarre and sexually inappropriate about that than it would be putting on an actual penis. All right, so Drew's in New York. Me and Jack are here in L.A., and we got to start with a condom question for you, Drew. Ruth?
Okay.
Hello?
You're 18?
Yes, I am.
You got a boyfriend who's 6'9",
Yes.
and he can't use a condom because he's too big?
Yeah, extra larges are too small.
Really?
The magnums are too small?
Yeah.
I'm a big boy.
Isn't there a
Magnum
size
XL.
above Magnum?
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a Magnum XL, and that will not be too small.
Well, he's 9 inches long and a 7-inch circumference.
Magnum XL, okay? That's what they're for.
7-inch circumference? This is guy an
Magnum.
elephant?
XL.
Yeah. And what is Drew? What is your wrist? I mean, your wrist is probably about 7 inches, right?
Yeah, 6.5.
Really?
My wrist is humbled by the guy's penis.
Hey, Ruth, are you sure you want to be having sex with this guy?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, you seem to equate him being 6'9" with the large Johnson, and those two things don't necessarily go together. In fact, often they don't.
Yeah, cruelly they don't. I heard we had someone talking about Shaq once, who'd been with Shaq, and said that the garden
stature
was much bigger than the rake. I don't even know what that means, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You'd think that it would be tremendous, but not really.
Wow, it's gonna suck for him.
It does. It does. It's got to be a relief for the lady. So, hey, Ruth.
Mhm.
So, are you? I don't know if I don't believe you or I just don't like you. Which
I don't
is
believe her. I don't believe her.
it? Okay, we don't believe you.
Yeah.
And we don't like you, by the way. It's both. It's all the above.
There's a couple things you get about your question that don't fit. One is you're so quick to discuss his body stature, which not necessarily has any relation to his penis size, and then you're saying he's tried everything. Well, he hasn't. There's condoms specifically for what he's got. So
Do you just not want him to use condoms, maybe?
No, he is seriously that big. We had
Usually
a
that big? I mean,
Seriously.
I understand he's seriously that big. That's why he needs the Magnum XL.
He may do what I do when I don the condom, which is you remember how OJ was trying to try that glove on, and he was just like, no. I mean, it's just I can't, and it made him seem, that's what I do with the condom. I'm like, no.
Then you jump in with Adam. Then you jump in with the dimensions. Well, it's like it's got to be 9 and 7.5 round. I mean, what am I gonna
usually
do?
the chick jumps in and says I should take it out of the packet. That's where that goes. All right, so get not the Magnum, but the Magnum XL.
Correct.
Okay, and look, we got to do in this country. We got to start working our sizes out to the small, medium, and large. We got to get back to those simple days of small, medium, and large, not the grande and the vente and the double grande and the mega and the mina, and they're like
Big
you go.
gulp, all
Yeah,
that.
we don't have a medium. We have a large, an extra large, and a jumbo
tall.
tanker, and a tall, and a wide. Let's just get first off. 3 is good, right? Small, medium, and large.
Yeah.
And then whatever your largest drink is, I don't care if it's 70 gallons of coffee. That's just a large.
No, give him a super. Give him a super. Small, medium, large, and super.
yeah.
Small, medium, large, and super. Okay, so now we got 4.
Yeah.
But now that's it. But here's the point: is there shouldn't be a large version of Magnum.
Yeah.
That ends up getting confusing now.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep on rocking. We got a question for Jack over here. Silk,
Adam Carolla.
you're 14?
Yes.
All right.
We have talked to Silk before.
Yeah. Silk was my nickname in junior. Oh, no, wait a minute. It was Brillo Head. That's right. I was confused. Go ahead, Silk.
Okay. Well, Jack Osbourne, you are a fantastic man, and I just want to know if you like how your life has become, or actually better yet, do you like your life better now after starring on an MTV show than before any of this media stuff happened in your life?
Well, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like, I hated it when it first happened. Yeah, it was like,
Did you really?
Yeah, well, it was kind of, when we were doing the show and went into it, I didn't really think what it was going to be like.
Were you hating it while you were doing it and then appreciated it when other people appreciated it?
Yeah, it was like when we were doing it, I was like, "Oh, it's such a pain in the ass." They're not paying me enough for this, or all that kind of thing.
Right.
Did you talk to Adam before you decided that?
You're 15. You got to make ends meet. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's got a big nut. I mean, it's really.
So we did. When the show came out, I was like, it spun my world completely upside down. I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" I was used to like walking on Sunset and some guy coming out of the rainbow going, "Hey, aren't you Ozzy's kid?"
Right.
A guy with a mullet, but
right.
Grannies were coming up to me, and like Brad Pitt, and I was like, "Whoa, this is weird."
So the hardcore fan knew you were an Osbourne even before the Osbournes.
Yeah.
They're hip to that. I mean, especially if you were sort of on the scene, like on Sunset and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is just. It's one thing if your dad's Pulitzer Prize-winning author or something. It's another thing when your dad's Ozzy Osbourne. You got the drunken mullet guy from Van Nuys who wants you to sign his boob, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, but now the Osbournes come out. Now everyone knows you're Jack Osbourne.
Yeah.
And your character is sort of a pain in the ass on the show, at least the first season. All the seasons. But are people now, are they getting confrontational? Are they wanting to straighten you out or challenge you?
I've had some like confrontations. I have more so in England than here.
Really?
I was just in England. I just got in like 2 fist fights.
Really? Is that like you're a poser or sellout or something?
Like, people in England are just really opinionative. And, they kind of, this guy, I was in the movies, and this guy tried to trip me, and I, got in his face, and was just like, pushing back and forth in like the lobby of a movie theater.
Really?
Yeah.
It's weird because we think of them as more civil, but on the other hand, maybe they're more. But then they do have the whole soccer hooligan thing going on over there.
A lot of hooligans in England.
Huh. All right. So, you're all right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. two confrontations.
Yeah, and then this guy called my sister, the word you don't ever
The
call.
C word?
The C word.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and we kind of, I was like trying to run across the street to go hit him in the
Although-
side of the head.
In England, they call their mom the C word and stuff, don't they? I mean, they
Yeah,
throw
but-
the C word around a little more.
Yeah, they do, but still, I mean, you just...
Yeah, you don't call someone's sister the C word.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened with that?
Well, the guy it was like a lot of traffic, and I was trying to get across, and I was like, start throwing.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that would have. You got to watch that. Yeah, that's the S word we call it here. Yeah.
Sorry.
All right. So anyway, the point is you're in one piece, and overall, now is there feeling that you have, or do you feel a pressure now? I mean, do you feel like, well, now people know who I am. I got to stay on top. None of that.
No, I don't really care.
Will you be satisfied to fade into a normal life if that's the direction it goes?
Yeah.
Or the direction you take it.
Yeah,
you should have seen him in his thespian debut. He just ate that camera up.
I did. I was just at full,
Well, you do seem like you're enjoying. You actually, everybody, with the possible exception of Ozzy, who's probably been in front of the camera for the last 30 years or so, seems to have really embraced the whole celebrity thing and the newfound recognition and sort of enjoying it.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, I mean, like, the other side of things are, it's a lot of fun. You get to do a lot of things, other people won't be able to, and it's kind of, it's a blast.
And what do you do with education? I'm not a big fan of education, but
Yeah.
you're basically done with it about the 10th grade, right?
Yeah, well, I got held back when I moved here because I didn't have enough credit to move up a grade, so they
Right.
held me back. I should have been in 10th grade, but I dropped down 9th.
The amazing
all right,
thing
even
about
better,
Jack is a living testament to the superiority of the British educational system. He
Yeah.
knows more than any junior college graduate.
Oh, well, that goes without saying.
Oh, Thank you, Drew.
Yeah, and I always, and Drew, don't I always tell our callers who were held back to tell them you were in Europe as a child, you went to Europe for a year. You see, like, it's the best angle, which is, people go, well, wait a minute, you're 17. Shouldn't you be a senior? And I got held back a year. People, you get the retard stamp on your forehead, right?
Exactly.
And as well you should, because to get held back in this country means you just consumed so much paste that it was coming out of your pores, and it means here's what you have to do. You have to eat a metric ton of paste and attempt to kill a teacher with stab them with a shiv. That's like the only way. Yeah, the only way you can get held back. You have to physically chain yourself to the radiator in your classroom. It's like the only way you can get held back in this country. So the ones that are held back, immediately there's some judgment going on.
Exactly.
I mean, Drew, if you talk to somebody who's like 19 and tells you they just got out of high school and said they were held back, you're
that's
like,
bad times.
he's an idiot, right?
That's one of the reasons why I left. I was like, I don't want to be 19 and graduating high
Yeah,
school.
but you got the whole Europe. Now, the same guy who says, well, I was in Europe for a year and a half when I was 11, all of a sudden he's Mr. World Traveler. See, he's more well-rounded.
Yeah.
He's a Renaissance man. That's the lie all you idiots need to use. Now, here's the problem. Someone's going to ask you, what country were you in Europe? And you're going to say Florida. And then, then everyone will know. But find a good country, find a good plausible thing, like your dad got sent over there for business or some sort of military thing or
there you
something,
go.
or over there for about a year and a half, picked up a little of the language, but when you came back, you just had to start back a grade.
Totally.
Drew, good lie?
Good lie.
Thanks, buddy. You all right there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm just listening.
All right, let's see. Someone wants to know about chemical castration.
What?
Good times.
Nicole?
Yeah.
You want to know about chemical castration?
Yeah, I saw on the news that this child predator moved in, in Mill Valley or something, and they said something about he was chemically castrated.
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering what that was. I'm just curious.
Is that the example of smoking too much pot and you kind of, the old rumor?
Yeah,
Well-
make
well-
you eat a brownie this size of a Buick.
Yes, well said. That will make you chemically lower your testosterone levels. However, I think what they're talking about is basically a pituitary hormone that sort of, or actually a hypothalamic hormone that reduces the output from the glandular system, so the testosterone shuts down in the testy.
So don't dip your sack in acid.
No, it's the
Not
same
that
thing.
because I pictured that.
It's basically the same thing they use for women to before they hyperstimulate their ovaries to harvest the eggs for implantation and whatnot.
Imagine what that would smell like if they dropped your sack in acid. You know those fumes that came up? You know what I'm saying? Sack alone, minus the acid, bad enough, right? After a long day? Sack and acid, worst smell ever?
You ever heard of a Rocky Mountain oyster?
Yeah.
Yeah, they deep fry them.
Yeah. And by the way, let me just say this. We'll get back to chemical castration in just a second. But the deep frying, if you have to deep fry something, that means it's not that good. You know what I mean? Like when people go, oh, no, this is great stuff. You roll it in breadcrumbs, an egg, you hit it with a little this and a little pepper, and then we deep fry the whole thing. But you could pretty much deep fry a golf ball and it'd be decent.
Have you ever had a deep fried Twinkie?
No.
That there's a restaurant out in Santa Monica.
Really? It's called Stoners?
It's a place called Lulu's Blue Plate. They have the deep fried Twinkie.
Do they do the deep fried? I've heard of the deep fried Snickers bar.
I think it was kind of taken from
right?
That. Yeah.
Deep fried.
It's amazing.
Well,
as you see, Jack's into the health food.
Yeah, you know.
The waiter's like, sorry, we're out of the deep fried Twinkies. We can put a bullet in your head. That's close facsimile. Wow. And when you deep fry a Twinkie, doesn't the gooey stuff, doesn't the creamy filling come out?
I think they put it in like pancake batter and then deep fry it.
Yeah.
And it kind of holds it all in.
And do you sprinkle some powdered sugar on it or something?
There's like powdered sugar. They come like a little bit of like strawberry, whatever goodness, and ice cream. And
that is
good.
Awesome. And how do you eat it, by the way?
Then.
Yeah, it is. It's just a fork.
You just cut it? And oh, my God. How many Twinkies can you do?
I've always only ever done one.
Twinkie is a awesome food, by the way.
Do you know you can unwrap a Twinkie and leave it on your counter for 3 years, and you could still eat it?
Oh, really?
It's got that much crap in it.
Jimmy Kimmel ate a piece of Canadian bacon that was thumbtacked to the wall of the studio at the old K-Rock for 1 year later.
Ooh.
He actually, and it was fine, by the way. Yeah, that was the old Jimmy. The new Jimmy, I think, doesn't go longer than 6 months before he eats that Canadian bacon. He just made somebody a stupid bet that we can take a piece of Canadian bacon from like a breakfast jack or something. We can pin it to the wall. He put the date on it with a piece of paper. He said, 1 year from now, I'll eat this. Probably figuring he'd either get fired or move on to a better gig sometime in that year. As it turns out, neither one of those things happened. And ate the Canadian bacon. Drew?
Yeah.
He's fine.
Well, what are you going to do?
Yeah, maybe you ought to eat some of that Canadian bacon. Get yourself a network talk show.
Right now. Got to wait a year for it to cure, though.
All right. So you stay busy during that year. All right, we got to take ourselves a little break. Jack Osbourne is here tonight. Osbourne's at 10:30, Tuesday nights on MTV. Also, the Osbournes got themselves a book out called Ordinary People, and there's a book signing at the Grove at the Barnes & Noble on February 19th. So that's... Is it a week? When the hell is that?
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Week from Thursday or something?
Or Tuesday?
Whatever.
Wait, I'm really doing that?
You got to be there, and you got to bring a pen.
Oh, my God.
It's the one in Santa Monica, right?
The Grove. No, the Grove is the one by the farmers market.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fairfax and 3rd.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Remember when you used to live in this city, Drew?
Yes.
February 19th, 6 to 8 o'clock. So go out and see them for that. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Every hour, 2 Americans under the age of 25 are infected with HIV. Protect yourself. Call toll-free 1-866-344-KNOW.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew out of New York tonight. Jack Osbourne is in the studio tonight. Jack's got a movie coming out. Him and Dr. Drew are in a joint together. That's coming out sometime in May with the Olsen twins. So Dr. Drew, Jack Osbourne, and the Olsen twins, which really just sounds like you took a whole bunch of celebrities, put them in a big hopper, and then reached in and started pulling names out.
I think that's what they did.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
It seemed like they were going sort of an MTV direction. You know, they were going to try to get a bunch of MTV folk on the cast. Yeah.
All right. Well, done and done. We got an ex-MTVer, Dr. Drew, and, of course, current MTVer, Jack Osbourne of the Osbournes, which new series just started, and it's Tuesday nights at 10:30 on MTV. Book signings and all that stuff. All right. We're just talking about suicide, Drew.
Really?
Jack and I, yes. We're trying to lighten the mood up.
Light conversation during the break. That's nice.
So many people get into that. Oh, can you believe the weather? Or, how's your dad doing? You know, but we just thought we'd cut to the chase to start talking about suicide.
More happier things in life.
And we were talking. I was telling Jack. Jack was talking to me about suicide, and I was explaining. Jack's not going to commit suicide.
No.
But we were talking about people throwing themselves off the Golden Gate Bridge, and how that's one of the number one suicide destinations for Americans. And once in a while, somebody survives. And I was watching a show where they were interviewing the survivors, a handful of guys that jumped, made it, never died, and they all said the very first thing they thought of when they jumped is they wish they hadn't done it.
Wow, interesting.
And I thought, wow, that's got to suck for all the people that didn't survive.
Well, wouldn't you feel kind of godly if you did that and survived? Wouldn't you think, well, I must be God or something?
Yeah, I think that anyway. No, but yeah, you would come out of that water with a renewed sense of purpose.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly.
Like, maybe I should be doing something. Although, ironically, these guys never really settle into that much. They just become like substitute school teachers, and they get a little medication, a little therapy, and they're glad they didn't kill themselves.
Are they like mangled at all, like broken back or anything? Or are they just fine?
No.
They can be.
See, now these guys happen to be, suicide success stories, Drew. Although I wouldn't want to hang with one of these guys. I wouldn't want to get on an airplane with one of these guys
Just in case.
or drive cross country.
Wait, have you heard about the guys though, that like put shotguns in their mouth and survive?
Oh, no.
Oh, that. You see, like, they interview them and they have like half a head.
Yeah, see, okay, this is my thing. When I commit suicide, it's not going to be one of those, either I die or I'm horribly maimed for the rest of my life. It's going to be, if I live, all I'm going to do is have some wet sneakers. And if I die, well, who cares? I'm not getting into that like I'm going to cut my head off with a hacksaw and then stop halfway into it or swallow a grenade or anything. No. For me, it's, Drew, it's going to be carbon monoxide.
Yeah, that way just your least important organ would get injured if you survive your brain.
My brain? Yeah, that's fine. No, here's what I'm going to get some prescription drugs from Drew, dope myself up pretty good.
Drink a bottle of whiskey and then you're done.
Maybe a little Crown Royal. I figure splurge. Go with the good stuff. Go with the single malt. Go with the top shelf.
There you go.
Stuff and
$300 bottle.
And then fire up the SUV and shut the garage. All right, that's me. Or jump off the bridge. So if I change my mind, but I would hate the idea of my parting thought of, oh Christ, I didn't want to do this.
I wonder if anyone's actually trying to turn around like as soon as they jumped.
Yeah, the instinct has to sort of set in, doesn't it?
Yeah. Right, you're scrambling.
Yeah, and then what's the move? Is the move like, well, now I've committed to suicide. Should I cover my nuts and do that thing where the Navy SEALs jump off the helicopter into the ocean? Try to straighten myself out, and see if I can do it, or do I just see if I can pancake on the water and like, yeah, I'm not sure. For me, it depends who's watching. If there's some chicks watching, I go for a move.
Yeah,
you just swan dive. Swan dive.
Yeah, try to do some like your aerial ballet before you just finish yourself off.
Right. If not, it's uncontrollable flailing mixed with some number 2.
Okay.
See if I can get some number 2 out.
That'd be a very interesting image.
Yeah.
Again, proving Galileo's theory.
Yeah.
It will follow you down.
That's right. Emily?
Yeah.
You're 13?
Yeah.
You're, let's see, you masturbate 5 times a day?
Yeah, about.
Where were you when I was 13?
Right.
Do you masturbate to orgasm 5 times a day?
Usually I orgasm about 3 times a day.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. You, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. You asked the right question.
Anyways, like about 5 or 6 times additional a day, when I'm not horny or masturbating or anything, I'll just like have an orgasm. And this has been going on for a while, and I want to know what's going on.
How do you know you have an orgasm? I mean, just in class and that kind of stuff? Ooh.
Well,
Have we
wet
ever... Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean orgasm. Maybe just mean arousal.
Well, when I stick my finger up there, it's like really wet.
Yeah, but really wet doesn't necessarily mean orgasm. Just means aroused.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, it doesn't even mean arousal. It just means drunk. You know what I mean? Miscalculation. Thought it was a fart. You know what I'm saying? It's very sad. That's what'll be happening when I kill myself, Drew. Drew, why does everyone have to defecate on themselves when they kill themselves? There's no nice way to do it where you just
your
sort of...
body just shuts down and everything just comes out.
Yeah, things come out. But again, you could that service of yours, that what is it? Happily Ever After? Or?
Yeah, I had an idea for a service that comes in and sort of mops up, cleans up the porn, gets, I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure, if any of my family members came into my house to start, divvying up the possessions and stuff, it'd be a disaster. Just piles of big jug porn.
Can you write me in your
everywhere.
will to like get the porn? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'd
that's what I'm
gladly
saying.
come and take it out.
It's win-win. It's like, Jack, you get a bunch of free porn that I can't take with me. I'm going to try to take some of it with me, but I can only hold so much. You get whatever, and you take the porn, you leave a Bible, you take the
Sprinkle some holy water
Big
on.
Jug's calendar, and you put up a picture of the family. You make it all nice, and then you got your porn. I have my dignity. The family has peace of mind.
But I'm going to take
win-win.
your wallet too. I'm going to poke you
Take
with
the
this
wallet. So anyway, Emily, were you ever sexually abused?
My stepdad molested me a little bit when I was younger, but
That doesn't count.
No, of course it does.
Wait,
And,
wait a minute.
A
that
little
can-
bit.
Yeah, any will do. And that can create hypersexuality. Also, you want any medication?
no.
How does the little bit of sexual molestation work?
Yeah, that's what I was. It's like you're a little bit pregnant.
Right.
Well, it only happened like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, only.
When
Yeah,
you
fine.
guys had sex?
No, he just like finger banged me.
Whoa.
Somehow worse in its own weird way.
And just how you put it too is
Yes.
And by the way, Emily, it's finger blast. We're
I'm
trying
sorry.
to
Finger
trying to
blasted
we're
me.
trying to change that. And how old were you?
Like 10.
Ugh. All right. So I know you're sort of cavalier about this whole thing, but this is horrible. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
And is your mom still with this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Did you report this?
No.
Why
Well,
not?
like I told some of my friends and stuff, but I've always been afraid to tell my mom.
Do-
But I
do
kind of
you-
think she knows because I think
You should
she
tell
overheard.
some teachers at school. You ought to tell somebody at school so they can get you.
You
to some help.
live with this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
that's not
scary
good.
to live with him?
Well, like sometimes when I'm taking a shower, he'll just like come in and like start looking at me and stuff. But I mean, other than that, he doesn't really do anything else anymore.
Listen, that's plenty.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and what about your mom? Is she an alcoholic or something?
No.
Is the guy an alcoholic?
No.
What's he do? Works around metal?
No, he's an attorney.
Aha!
Oh my God.
Worse. Probably representing a big metal firm like Alcoa or something, Drew. So he's is this? Hold on a second. Hold on.
There's a definite bogus quality.
There is a serious
Yeah.
bogus factor.
She's talking about
here.
way too freely.
It just you don't feel the.
I don't feel anything
yeah, I don't
off of
feel
her.
it. Yeah, I don't feel it. And the business of her having orgasm and knowing it because she had vaginal wetness. That's how you know you had an orgasm. That was bizarre.
Emily.
She's talking about she's talking like somebody who's never had an orgasm.
Plus, she's calling from Indiana. I don't think there are any attorneys in Indiana, Drew.
Really?
I may be wrong. Well, they're not allowed. There's no Jews in Indiana, are there?
I don't know.
I mean, I
Ask
don't.
Emily.
I don't mean to be stereo. I don't want to convey a
course not.
stereotype
Yeah,
here,
of course
but I
not.
mean, you have to be Jewish for your attorney, and then if you can't get into Indiana because you're Jewish, well, you do
There
the
you go.
math.
There you go.
Emily,
Mm-hmm.
why don't we believe you?
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, we're going bogus on this call, Emily.
Okay.
All right, see you later.
Liar, whore, and you know it.
It's tough too because Emily just could have been so angry.
yeah.
But there was
I know.
that bit of disappointment though, and she said, "Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, she needs to go to tell some people about what happened. It could be related to the sexual abuse that really happened to her. People who are bipolar get something like this. There's something called persistent sexual arousal, Jack. You'll love to hear this, where women continue to have constant orgasms for days or even weeks. And they find it actually very unpleasant. Again, living proof that the men and women are quite different. And it could also be related to medical problems very occasionally. So it does. She may need to get it checked out.
All right, but like you got to talk to a counselor about if anyone was sexually abused.
Yep.
Jordan.
Yeah, what's up?
You're 13?
Yeah.
Got a question for Jack Osbourne?
Hey, yeah.
All right.
Hey, Jack.
Yes.
I heard that you were with the Olsen twins.
Yeah.
No.
I was there. I saw them. I saw you with them. You were with them.
Yeah, I was with them, but I wasn't with them. Mm-hmm. No, I did a movie with them, and that was it. And then we went to, all of us went to dinner twice. And
light finger blasting, perhaps?
No finger blasting.
Wow. All right.
It sounds better when Jack says it, Adam. Blasting.
Blasting.
Finger blast. Excuse me, sir. Would you have any finger blast?
And some Grey Poupon.
But of course. All right, Jordan, where did you hear this?
I heard it from friends, like it was a rumor.
Schoolyard rumors. Yeah, both
he got both of them. Yeah, there's
Did you
actually a third that he got, too, that no one talks about.
Did you get to know one of them better than the other?
Yeah, I hung out with, because I did more scenes with Mary Kate, so.
Did you?
Yeah. Then she never returned my phone calls when we kind of came back.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you want to date her?
No.
They're friendly. They're very nice young ladies. They really are nice
friendly.
Kids.
And they're like,
we'll hang out.
Yeah, when we get back. And I was like, all right. So, I figured a couple months passed, and I was like, all right, I'll give them a call. And
yeah, not calling you back.
It was like phone tag for a while, and then that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Change the number.
Where do they live? They live in Los Angeles?
Yeah, and then I got a restraining order in the mail.
Sure.
It got ugly.
Yeah, it can get there.
They live over. Their
Same
mom
thing
lives
happened with me and the Hee Haw twins many years ago, Drew.
Their mom lives in
many years.
Valley, and Dad, and they live. Where the hell did they say they live?
Their parents together?
No.
Their parents and do the Olsen twins live together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They even have matching cars.
Really?
They live there. It's a family. Dad, live with their dad.
Oh,
and they're a bunch of other kids.
No, but I mean, that's what I'm asking. I mean, that's what I meant is you said the dad or the mom lived in the valley, and then they live, and I thought you meant they just live alone together. But they live at home.
Yes.
Yes, they do, Drew?
Yes, they do with their dad.
Okay. And they're, what, 18?
17.
17. They'll be 18 shortly, any time now.
Yeah, I think in June.
I like to think of anyone attractive as 18. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, anyone you have unclean thoughts about?
Yeah, they're all 18. Everyone's 18. Do you know what I'm saying? Hillary Duff, 18.
Have you seen that girl from the OC? She's like 16 and is insanely hot.
And playing someone who's older. Wasn't she on the show, Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's her nose? I know it. Hey, listen, look, I don't know what everyone wants us to do. I was looking at Hillary Duff on the Grammys last night.
She wasn't looking too hot though.
Look, I'm 39. She looked plenty hot.
Okay,
where I was sitting.
She's also plenty illegal.
It's like, oh, what do you want us to do? I mean, she's she's all wearing a makeup like Eartha Kitt from Batwoman or from Batman. She's got the short skirt and everything. What are we supposed to do, Drew? Do you know what I'm saying?
Pretend they're 18 like you do.
All right, buddy.
There you go.
Jack Osbourne in studio tonight. We'll take a quick break. Jack's 18, yes?
Yes.
All right.
Watch out, Jack.
For a little late coming back from break.
I get it.
Yeah, we're going to try some of those condoms that heat up.
Bring some back for me, Drew.
Finally,
they're called warm sensations condoms.
Finally, hunting technology makes its way into the bedroom. All right, we'll take a quick break. Jack Osbourne's here, and we'll be right back after this.
LoveLine.
Okay, wait. My hair.
We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. All righty. Jack Osbourne is in studio tonight. John Mayer is going to be in here tomorrow night. Now, how do you say it? Mayer? Mayor? It's not just mayor, is it? Don't people say mayor or mayor? All right. Well, anyway, you saw him on the Grammys last night, and he's coming in here tomorrow night. So it'll be nice to meet John. Jack in tonight, and Jack can be found, of course, on the Osbournes, 10:30 Tuesday nights on MTV. Also, might find him on Crank Yankers Tuesday nights at 10:30 on Comedy Central. All right. So, and got a book signing coming up at Barnes & Noble on the 19th, which I think is like a week from Thursday. There it is, 6 to 8 o'clock. And all right, let's keep a rocking here. Drew, you're picking the calls now?
Yeah, this is Morgan, 19.
Morgan?
Yes.
What's happening?
Okay. So I've been dating this guy on and off for like 4 years, like since high school. And we've had sex like probably like since like 2 years into a relationship. And like all of a sudden, like last week, he was like, no, we can't have sex anymore. And I was like, what? And that was all he said.
Really?
And you haven't talked to him about it since?
No, like I tried to bring it up. He's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, so either he found God,
or an STD,
or he found
STD,
or maybe he's going the all anal route. I tried that once about 19.
All anal route?
Yeah. It's like, listen, we're not having sex anymore as you know it. It's all anal all the time. But like a radio station. Like, K-anal, all anal all the time. That's all it was. And it's like, look, no hugging, no pecks on the cheek. It's straight anal.
He's got an STD.
From
he's
this
got
point
an STD.
forward.
Think about it,
Yeah.
Adam. That's a guy, a 19-year-old guy, all of a sudden shuts down. Either he's got a new girlfriend, in which case he'd begin talking about that, or he's got an STD.
Maybe the middle of the night.
Yes. Yeah.
When he's deeply asleep, like try like examining it.
Yeah.
Take a magnifying glass out.
Yeah, throw that acetic acid on him and hit him with the purple light and see if anything glows.
Pour vinegar on his,
Right, and hit it. Yeah, hit it with the purple light. What's up there, Morgan?
What do you
Morgan,
mean?
let me ask you a question. All right, you sound either stoned or stupid. Which is it? Go with stoned.
I'm
sounds
just
like Kyle.
stupid. I'm not stoned.
She sounds like Kyle from South Park.
Maybe he's tired of having sex with Kyle from. Yeah. All right, so hold on a second, Morgan.
Do you think he gradually got ugly or something?
No,
that wouldn't do it.
What?
Did he find religion? Is this a religious thing?
I doubt it. He's never, ever been religious.
Do you ever speak to your boyfriend? Do you guys have a conversation? No, you don't waste time on things like that?
No, we talk all the time.
There's something missing here. And by the way, when I, laid down the all anal gauntlet many years ago, no discussions about anything but anal. It's like, what movie do you want to see? Up. It's not anal discussion. Yeah, but we can talk about cornholing it. Up. No. It's just that's all we had to talk. No discussion about anything that wasn't anal, Drew.
Of course.
That was me. That's the way I work. When I commit, I commit. I go 110%.
Well, you're not going to go halfway. And,
No, you don't go halfway anal.
Not in that department.
Now, Morgan, something sounds wrong with your view of life. It sounds like you're not clearly seeing this relationship. Maybe he's not your boyfriend. It seems to be hazy.
No, I mean, we have been dating on and off since.
There we go.
Oh, on and off. Okay.
Well, you're off again.
Now it's off. It's off. You guys are broken up.
Yeah, he's definitely.
That's it. It's all right. You guys been dating on and off for a number of years. It's time to move on.
Okay. This is
you're vivacious, dynamic personality with so much to offer the world.
Ethel Merman there. Cara, 20.
You can't hold a presence like Morgan down for long.
Hey, honey, what do you want to go do tonight?
Cara?
Hello?
Hi, Cara.
What's happening,
Hey.
Cara?
Well, my boyfriend, 5 years. We've been having sex for 5 years. That's kind of how we started.
Since you were 15. How old is he?
Oh, no, I'm not 15. I'm 20.
You said you started 5 years ago having sex with him.
Right.
You started when you were 15.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how old was he?
Sorry, I thought you asked me if I was 15. He
How
was
old-
17 then.
Okay.
He was 17. All right, so he's 22 now.
Yeah.
All right. And
And before we have sex, every single time he pops his penis.
right.
Like a maestro.
Yeah, before he
Like,
sits down at the piano.
Exactly.
No, like
picks
that.
up
It
the
literally
baton.
pops. Like he pulls it down,
Yeah.
and it pops. And
Yeah. And that disturbs you.
well, because I heard that it was some sort of a condition.
No. There's a ligament there that pops, and you can crack it just like a knuckle.
Oh, really? Because he says that it actually helps him last longer. Is that true?
No.
But
again,
I mean,
it's Horowitz sitting down to have a performance, of course, but no.
Well,
Placebo effect.
If he thinks it makes him last longer, then maybe it makes him last longer.
Maybe.
I discovered I had that ability one day whilst trying to launch a ball of tube socks toward the hamper, as I'm often doing with that sort of diving board thing that I've been known to do. Seriously, be honest, Jack. You've launched something with your penis before, right?
I'm trying to think.
A ship, a career. Have you ever launched? Never did the tube sock ball and tried to.
I've never done it. I heard there's you can use a peanut pretty well.
Oh, launch that.
Yeah,
pretty nicely.
Yeah,
that seems a little large for me. I'm more in the raisinette family.
Raisinette.
I mean, not shelled peanut. I guess we could step down to a honey
wait,
roasted.
what's the peanut that kind of?
Oh yeah, that's good. You get some grab out of that.
Yeah,
you get a little husk grab on there. All right, let's take ourselves a little break. Jack Osbourne in tonight. Dr. Drew in New York. More anal and penal launching talk after this.
Here it is. Bottom line, it sucks being single today. Tons of lame people and no decent prospects. Call the Dateline. Call the Dateline. Call the Dateline.
1-877-889-DATE. LoveLine. LoveLine will be right back. So get your problems ready. Ready.
Hey, yo, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew out in New York tonight. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Jack Osbourne is in studio with us tonight. John Mayer is going to be in here tomorrow night. And Osbourne's MTV Tuesday nights, 10:30. And got a book signing coming up at the Barnes & Noble at the Grove on the 19th. I think that's a week from Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. All right. Drew.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
Excellent.
You holding up?
I feel great.
You do? Did you get a nap in? You take a
So
nap?
I slept on the plane on the way over.
Nice.
Very
get a little
nice.
Get a little workout in at the hotel?
I sure did.
Yeah. All right, buddy. You
Good
get
time.
a little schwitz in there? You get in the steam room there?
No.
No?
No time for that. No.
Yeah. You know what? I think my mom, who's 70 now, asked me yesterday what the difference between a steam room and a sauna was.
Nice.
And this is the problem with parents, because if it was one of your friends, it'd be like, hey, numbnuts. you don't know the difference between the dry heat and the steam? Like, how do you make it to 70? And I think, Drew, that that's all you need to know about the Corolla lifestyle.
It's one of the,
Like,
yeah. I could have said that about 800 stories ago, though. That's all I needed to know about the Corolla lifestyle.
I think my mom has made it to 70 without getting into either a steam room or a sauna. Yeah, and by the way, once you've made it to 70 without being either one, you might as well just ride it out now.
Exactly.
No use steam rooming and sauning your way to the grave at this point. You're on sort of a roll.
It's like when you find those 50-year-old guys. They start, they retire. And they're like, all right, I'm going to start going crazy, getting hookers, start doing cocaine and stuff. It's like, you gone that far. I mean, what's the point now?
Yeah. No, I know. Why start? Why start sauning at 70, Drew?
Well, comparing that to hookers and cocaine, I don't know.
Right. And by the way, when she said sauna or steam room, I knew she was talking about hookers versus cocaine. I read through it, Drew.
Got it. Yeah, okay, good.
All right.
Your mom starts taking drives downtown.
Yeah. What's up? Who we talking to, Drew?
We are going to talk to Chelsea, 21.
Hi.
Chelsea?
Yeah.
What's up?
I have a question about an IUD. It's called a Marina, and I'm currently using it. I just heard that I had a bad rap in, I think it was the early 90s, but this is a new one, so I'm just kind of quite sure about
And
it.
what about the IUD, Drew? Was it
IUDs
popular for a while, then they had some problems?
They had some problems where people were getting infections and maybe having some fertility problems. It was primarily the Dalcon Shield that sort of ruined it for all IUDs. And it became something that insurance companies and people that put IUDs in were not willing to risk bringing back. But it's come back, and the form which we have now are impregnated with hormones and things, and they're seem to be quite safe. So it's becoming a renewed interest in this and a very effective way of inducing contraception. For me, I had such horrible experiences with it when I was in training. I still have sort of a funny feeling about recommending it to somebody that's never had children, but definitely someone that's had children.
Drew, let me just elaborate. He got one.
You going down the anal road again?
Yeah, it got stuck up there pretty
Yeah, that's
good.
what
It
I
got
figured.
infected.
I told you not to share that story. It migrated.
He said it used to cut his boyfriend up pretty good. It was like putting his dork in a pencil sharpener at a certain point.
My boyfriend, Mr. Corolla.
All right, Drew, come on now, buddy. The point is it's having a renaissance, the IUD.
It sure is. It sure is. And it is, though, kind of one of the ways it works is inducing an abortion. It doesn't allow implantation.
Nice.
Although there's even some debate about that. It's whether that's the primary means in which it works. Again, for those people that want to take aim at the emergency contraception, why aren't they taking aim at this product?
Yeah. Well, it's an easier target. They're supposed to hit IUD. You know what I'm saying? And how do they put it in there, Drew?
Just like during a pelvic exam. There's sort of an applicator that pushes it on in.
What? And the applicator's a Asian woman, or is it an actual device?
It's an actual device. Sometimes administered by an Asian woman. I
see. So it could be both.
You want IUD?
You want IUD, round eye? How about cuticle push? All right, so that's what they call us, Drew. Round
cuticle. Okay.
So you put it like on a stick and you put it up in there.
Yeah, basically.
All right. And
all right,
it stays
Chelsea.
For how long? Yeah, get rid of Chelsea. But how long does it
Chelsea,
stay?
how long has yours been in for?
About a month.
And how long do you plan to leave it in for?
Well, they said it's good for about 5 years. So, I mean, that kind of sounds long.
Yeah.
5 years?
Yeah, they stay for quite some time, yeah.
And once you get the IUD, I mean, the new version of the IUD, it's good for 5 years. I mean, just the same as if you were on the pill?
Yeah.
Wow.
Very effective.
People should be using that more, right?
Well, yeah, that's right. It's making its way back in.
Yeah,
but it's sort of slowly coming in. Like anything else, when we start having a lot of clinical experience with it, we're concerned we're going to see more side effects, but we're not. So it will start to pick up steam.
All right, and then they just get it out. Like if you wanted to be pregnant in 3 years, they just get it out.
It's got a little wire on the end of it. You just pull it out.
Wow,
no problem. Yeah.
But you got to walk around looking like the end of a Christmas ornament, like the whole time, and have that hanging out though.
It's hanging out of the cervix, not out of the vagina. It's way up inside. You need a special device to grab it.
It's all the vagina, Drew. Do you understand? To me,
yeah, but the actual. You and Jack understand, but the wire doesn't make its way outside the vagina.
If Jack was doing some very vigorous finger blasting,
he would
he's
feel
known to do, and he has rangy fingers for a man who's
lanky.
Yeah, yeah, and he was third knuckle deep in a finger blasting session.
He will feel it.
Could he in fact make some contact with that metal?
Oh, absolutely.
You could really feel it.
Oh yeah, you'll feel a little tiny wire in there.
Wow,
it's gonna be a little weird.
Can you imagine if that wire broke when they try and take it out?
Yeah, they have to use electromagnet to get it out. Very bizarre procedure. All right, Drew, who's next?
You ready? This is Sandra, 23.
Yeah, and by the way, Drew, we know you don't have a call lined up when you do that. Okay, if you're ready to take the next call.
Well, no, the problem is they're not getting put on hold. So I'm trying to get them a chance.
What
to
do
go
we
on.
need you
How
for?
dare you? I just put it on hold, Drew. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. Give me a chance to put it on hold.
Let me do it from over here. I was doing
You
fine
wanna do
without you. Yeah, I'll do it. All right. Should I punch up, or are we in
No, you
trouble
can't.
now?
We have to do it at the break.
The break.
All right. We'll switch over.
All right.
So who are we talking to?
Sandra.
Sandra. I don't even have a Sandra on my screen, do I?
And your screen is off, basically. It's all old.
All right. Whose great plan was it to switch it over to you?
Mine.
Okay. Go ahead, Sandra.
Hi.
How old are you?
23.
All right. What's up?
Well, it's just kind of a personal question, but I was wondering because I was in a past relationship one time with a person who turned out to be a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering if that's something that I could accidentally continue, like meeting guys who are pedophiles and not knowing because of some issue that I have.
How old were you at the time when you dated this guy?
She was
I
9.
was 17. I dated him for about 5 years.
How old was he?
the guy?
He's a year younger than me.
He was 16?
16. He was 16, yeah. I didn't, well, when we hooked up, I didn't know he was 16. So.
How did you find out he was a pedophile?
Well, long story. But I found out that he was.
Oh, by the way, I always love it. It's like, I remember my pedophile story is always funny, by the way. How'd you find out he was a pedophile, a predator? I'm glad you brought that up, Morty. Well, funny story. He was sexually molesting a 4-year-old. That could have been 5. I don't know. We'd had a few cocktails. I go on
It was
too
spring
long.
break. You know.
Yeah, you know how guys can be. All right. What the hell? Did I put her on hold, Drew?
No. How'd you find out?
Well, I just kind of happened to find out through, his family. His mom told me that he had some, that he had done something when he was younger, and then I found out that he was still, having issues with it and everything, so we broke up.
All right. Well, it's nice to see a family get involved. And so you broke up with him.
Were you sexually abused?
Not that I know of, no. I mean, I don't think I was at all. I don't remember anything at all as far as...
Well, you were the older woman, so you were sexually abusing him.
And by the way, when you're a 16-year-old pedophile and you're dating a 17-year-old, she's like an old maid, right? I mean, when you're 16 and you're a pedophile, you have to molest zygotes, right?
No, that's his beard.
Oh, I see. It's just using her.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, hey, look, what are the chances you're going to get another pedophile?
That's what I want to know. So, Dr. Drew, can you kind of help me with that one?
Well, you clearly sort of head towards guys that are not exactly healthy.
Yeah, I'm like in a relationship right now with a guy who's older, a lot older, and likes younger women. So I'm wondering if that's, kind of that same issue.
What was your dad like? Or was he around?
I had a stepdad, so he wasn't really in my life, my dad.
Why'd he leave?
Oh, my mom, and they broke up, and what exactly happened.
You never asked why?
She married somebody else.
Yeah, no kidding. But why? Why did she break up?
Well, that's what I mean. He married someone else while he was married to her.
It's like why'd he die? His heart stopped beating.
Right.
He married someone else who was married to her in another country.
All right. Your
And your
dad's
mom
a bad
found
guy. Dad's a bad guy.
Yes, your dad's kind of dad's a sociopath. So you're sort of finding
he is.
So you're finding a way to new sociopaths. I mean, you may want to kind of try to break that pattern. Maybe guys that you find super attractive, you ought to kind of stay away from and stay with guys that are a little more boring.
Yeah, well, what the question, too, is oh, damn, I lost my train of thought, Drew. Screw it. She's on. Sorry. Let's just keep moving. All right. Don't date any more pedophiles. Yes, Drew.
Thank you. That really helps.
I was curious. Yes, I know what my question was. How old is the guy you're dating now if you say he likes younger women and he's older?
He's 37.
37.
She's 23.
Yeah. So it's right on the...
kind of weird. Yeah.
Right on the border. All right. All right, good times.
Good times, though.
Unless the guy's a producer, as I've said many times, then he can go well into his 60s and bang 20-year-olds, right, Drew?
Yeah, of course. This is Christine.
Or radio talent.
Christine is 13.
Mhm.
Christine, what's up? Oh, yeah, radio
My question
talent.
is, I got my first orgasm when I was 12 from my boyfriend.
From your boyfriend?
Yeah.
How did he do that?
He finger banged me.
Blast.
Finger blast.
Fine, finger blast.
Yes,
Anyway.
whereas his finger bang is so juvenile sounding, whereas finger blast is so noble sounding. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, you think that.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, either way, I can't masturbate, and it sucks because orgasms feel so good.
And why can't you masturbate?
And I want to know if when I was younger, I was sexually harassed. I want to know if that has anything to do with it.
Harassed or abused?
I guess a little of both.
Who did this to you?
It was when I was 11.
Who did it?
My school.
What happened?
Like, just like, touching me and shit and stuff.
Who did that? Who did that?
Drop the S word, by the way.
Little bit there, 13-year-old. Who did that?
Just like another kid at the school.
Another 11-year-old?
Yeah.
Wow.
Nah, that probably didn't screw your wiring up too much.
I don't know. It was the most serious case like my school had seen since like some girl got raped in a bathroom like 20 years ago.
Understood. It's a very, very serious issue, but wondering whether it could really mess with your sexual identity or sexual wiring, so to speak. And probably not at 11. You're pretty well wired at that point. I mean, if it were some kind of horrible traumatic experience, you can have sort of post-traumatic stress reaction. But the fact that you have orgasms, you're kind of awfully sexually active, which makes me worry that you're kind of trying to master the trauma of that experience by acting out with your peers. And then you're asking the question, why can't you masturbate? And that, I don't think, has anything to do with what happened to you.
Okay.
All right, but, good times, right?
Why don't you masturbate?
Well, I try, but I can't.
Yeah. Why?
Go out and get a pocket rocket.
She's 13, everybody.
But if she's getting finger blasted,
True.
I mean...
Unless she's Jewish. If she's Jewish and has had a bat mitzvah, then it's okay, because technically a woman. Yes, Drew?
Right, yes, or man. A woman, yes, woman.
That's right. Not Jewish, though, yes?
No, I'm not Jewish.
Shocking. All right. Let's keep moving here, Drew.
Okay,
so I don't know how we helped her. Get some therapy for the molestation.
The trauma, and then slow down a little bit, and then Jack had some advice for her. This is Dana, 24.
Hi.
Hi.
Ew.
Oh my God, I can't believe I got through. I love this
Great.
show.
Thanks.
All right, my question is, I've been going to AA. My mom's an alcoholic, and I'm pretty sure I am too. I've been sober 29 days, but I'm still smoking
Congratulations.
You're still smoking pot.
You're not sober.
Yes.
You're not sober,
Jack, tell her.
exactly.
Anything that affects you from the neck up does not make you sober.
Oh, really? What step are you on, Jack?
I'm in the midst of my fourth
step. What's the one where everyone calls me and apologizes for stuff they did to me?
The eighth
and ninth.
Oh, don't get to that 8th step. Nothing more annoying. Hey, man, who is this? It's John. What's up, buddy? I haven't talked to you in like 4 years. Yeah, man, we got to talk. What? What is it? Hey, man, I did some things I wasn't too proud of. Well, look, we all made our mistakes, John. No, man, seriously, it's not okay. No, it's cool, man. No, it's not. I have to make you more uncomfortable now than I did when I was coming on to you when I was loaded 5 years ago. Now it's really weird because we're both sober. At least then I knew you were drunk, and I could say you're not going to remember this. No, we got to talk. Now, just listen. Drew, let's eliminate that 8th step where you call everyone and annoy them.
That's important.
Well, how about you send a letter or use a carrier pigeon or something?
Here,
you do that?
Hey, instead of turning tail and running at him, get right to that I forgive you part.
That's what I try. I just start. Now anyone who calls, if I haven't talked to them more than 3 years, like, hey, how's it going? Oh, yeah, you're absolved of all sin. You're fine. You're cool, dude. I just wanted my cordless drill back, man. Oh, I thought we were on the 8th step.
But Dana,
wait a minute, Drew. Here's what I want. You know the phones with the caller ID?
Yes.
I want one that has an 8-step ID.
The 8-step ring, a special ring with somebody calling
I know
an 8
when
step.
someone is calling to come clean on the 8th step.
Bill W.'s voice just starts coming out.
That's right.
Wow.
And all you other steps are fine. You call me on the 4th or 5th, maybe the 28th.
You won't like the 4th.
Adam, you don't want to hear a 4th. They go on for quite some time.
Call me like the 17th or 18th step.
Okay, but Dana, here's the deal. You're getting to recovery early because you saw what happened to your mom, and for whatever reason, you haven't sort of grabbed onto enough motivation to actually be sober.
Right. I mean, when I went to AA, I had never been before. I had gone to Al-Anon a couple times when I was younger, but I had never gone to AA for my own problem, and it started to get worse. And I don't want to drink, but I have no desire to stop smoking pot.
Well,
So
until you do, Marijuana is one of the most addictive drugs that people get involved with today. It is an opioid for some people, and it is profoundly addictive for a subset of people with a family history of alcoholism.
Yeah.
And until you're ready to stop that, you shouldn't be wasting anybody's time. And going to meetings is only a tiny, tiny piece of the recovery. Getting a sponsor and working the steps and following directions and being completely honest is the foundation of recovery.
Right, and that's why I haven't even looked for a sponsor yet, because I feel dishonest going to meetings. But I mean, should I stop going? I do think. I mean,
No, don't stop going.
Yeah, I don't want to stop going.
But the foundation for a meeting attendance is you have to have a desire to stop. And you're saying
no desire to stop the weed, Drew.
Well,
It says the desire to stop drinking.
But it's the same
I
thing.
have the desire to stop drinking, but not
it's
to
all the
stop
same.
smoking.
Drew,
Yeah,
she
but-
found a loophole in the big book.
It's not a
Give her some
loophole.
credit.
It's not. Because, hey, okay, do you have a big book?
Yeah.
Okay, read, what was it? Acceptance is the answer.
Okay.
And it talks about a guy who was doing a lot of drugs, and, you know, it's all there.
You got the big book, Jack?
Yeah.
And is that coming? Comes in paperback now, right?
It comes in paperback, even pocket edition.
Jack's going to be signing the big book down at the Barnes and Noble.
No,
Strange enough, it comes in a small edition.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Pocket, small edition of the big book. But everything is in the big book if you read it carefully. It's all there, strangely enough.
Now,
And,
Jack, I think I found another loophole that Dana may want to follow, which is Jack said earlier that you can't do anything that affects you from the
neck
up. But what if you keistered like a fifth of vodka? You know, I mean, you didn't dump it in your mouth. You went in the other side. You did,
affects you from the neck up. Still get you drunk.
yeah, but it's not. It's going in. You see what I'm saying, Drew?
He didn't say you have to stop things you're putting in from the neck up. He said things that affect you from the neck up.
I think I won this one, guys.
In fact, the thought of this is affecting me from the neck up, so I must abstain.
I'm going to go home and do a keister bong.
Just having something blow it in your ass.
Yeah, you.
No, he means alcohol. He means alcohol, like
okay.
a beer bong, like
No, I wouldn't be-
a beer
I
enema.
wouldn't be- Yeah, I wouldn't be stupid. No, you can't get me stoned like you get your dog stoned by blowing it up my ass.
Yeah.
You'd either do the keister bong of like scotch or whatever your booze was. And it doesn't really matter what your booze is. I mean, just pour straight grain alcohol in your keister,
Well,
right?
you know,
Drew?
it hits your system faster, right?
That's why. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. It. Or you do something I call the pot brownie launch, which is slightly more dangerous. And
This
you
is
have
back to the this is the peanut launches again.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to factor in wind and elevation, sea level. There's
Trajectory.
all
Do you
sorts
crack
of
your
stuff
penis
like that.
before you engage?
It's like kicking a field goal, right?
Right, absolutely.
Really
All
quickly,
right.
wait.
Yeah.
I want to take one more
What?
program question before we get off this
Really?
topic. Yeah, come on. Corinne, 21.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, like, I was wondering about, like, dating now that, like, I'm sober or whatever. But it's like, I don't want to date somebody from the program because I already tried. And it's just, like, really annoying because I'm thinking about dating a normie, but I don't, like, know, like, where to meet normies that, like, don't get loaded. It's, like, hard to, like, find.
How long have you been sober? Yeah, that's the same question.
8 months.
8 months. Don't get somebody new in the program. Two new people in the program take each other down, and
Yeah.
you know the rule about 1 year, right? Before you get in
Yeah.
a real relationship, you can date, but just try not to get involved in any deep way.
Yeah, my sponsor said it was okay.
It's okay to date. It's okay to date, but you just take your time with getting in a
By
relationship.
the way, that means he wants to F you.
No, it's not a he. It's a she. You don't have.
Is it
You don't have a.
You don't have a he sponsor.
Guys stick with guys, girls
No,
stick
I
with
have
girls.
a she.
Yeah. Oh, so she's lesbian. That means she's lesbian. Yeah.
No.
Oh,
No,
so
she's
you
actually-
can't do any gender swapping.
No.
In the,
No, it's
guys
not
and-
recommended.
No, you cannot do that. You cannot.
It's not going to work.
Because how can a guy relate to a woman's problem?
Not only that, you know how he's going
Fall
to
in
relate to
love.
it.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly.
And she may fall in love with him as well. All right, Jack, you got a sponsor? Everything
Yeah.
going good?
Yeah.
Has you got any celebrity sponsors like David Crosby or something?
That's my business.
I see. That's a yes. That's a big yes. Oh, man, think of that. He's a legacy, too, because Ozzy had problems, so he probably gets all great sponsors, great meetings. I hear the CA meeting on the west side is a lot of hot chicks.
Well, whatever there's, C involved,
There's going to be hot.
Yeah, exactly.
And Corinne, listen, you're asking where to meet straight guys. That's mostly what most people meet. You know what I mean? It's sort of bizarre to say, there's nowhere to meet guys that aren't using. Well, there are plenty of places, okay?
Yeah, I mean, go to the mall.
Yeah. Stay away from American Indians. They got
that peyote,
Yeah, the peyote, the firewater. There's a history there. All right, let's take a little break.
All right.
Getcha. All right, we're going to take a little break. Jack Osbourne is here tonight. Sober Jack. How much time do you got sober, Jack?
A little over 9 months now.
Wow. And considering Jack, you're just 18, right?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah,
I'm no mathematician, but it's like a quarter of his life.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it is. I mean, guys that are in their 40s put together a year, and it's like a big deal, but it should be adjusted. It should be like prorated. He's been sober for like a year of high school.
We shouldn't even talk about in terms of how we should say, 4% of his life.
Right.
He's sober 4% of his life now.
Yeah.
Better angle.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and if you count the whole infancy part too, I mean, you could probably make it even longer.
Well,
no, he was loaded then.
Yeah,
okay.
Well, my dad was drunk when my mom had sex with him to get me pregnant. She told me.
So you like came out with a buzz?
Yeah. I came out with like a bottle of man. What's up?
Jack Osbourne in studio tonight. Drew, we're going to pass the phones back over here, I think.
All right, that's fine. I'll hang up.
Much easier because we're way off here. I don't even have the thing turned on. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
LoveLine.
LoveLine.
We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew, who's in New York tonight, holding up quite nicely. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. John Mayer's in here tomorrow night. Jack Osbourne in here tonight. And it's back to the phones we go. Yes, go ahead.
Okay,
Jack.
I got a question before we get going.
Yes.
So when I went to Vegas to do Crank Yankers.
Yes.
My friend Tom came with me, and a whole bunch of friends flew out for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend Tom picked up the stripper from a strip bar, and he took her back to he went back to the hotel with her, and he got down with her, whatever, and he wanted to do her in the butt, but she turned around and stuck a thumb up his ass.
Really?
Yeah.
He wanted to do her in the butt, but she gave him the thumb.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I keep giving him an immense amount of
sure
crap for it. But
and she did actually accomplish it.
Yeah, fully.
Wow.
I'm like, Tom, wouldn't you just slap her hand and be like, chill out? I mean,
right.
I find that extremely violating.
Right. And
but
what did he say?
I don't know, and he wants to know if that's very normal.
True.
First of all, wait. Well, first of all, Jack, don't you find it a little bit ironic that the girl being violated extremely?
No, but she asked him to.
Yeah.
She asked him to. She's like, will he, whatever, and he was like, all right.
Well, she wanted him to do it in the butt, and then she asked him to do it to her in the butt, or she asked about her thumb?
No, she asked him to do her in the butt.
By the way,
the thumb was produced.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good move too. How does she go from there to bringing the thumb all the way around the back?
I think it's not the finger you start with when you're anally raping. That's why God gave you a pinky and worked the way up to an index finger and so forth.
I know, that's what I thought. I mean, the thumb's wide, it's...
Yeah, you start with the thumb. I mean, why don't you start with a rolling pin or a lamp? You know what I mean?
We need to have Jack on the show
with the pinky
more often.
Yes.
We can get into these amazingly graphic topics, and yet it sounds like he's describing sort of Devonshire cream or something. Get the thumb in the arse. Yes, I thought it was very violating.
Yeah, that's more the and Jack. By the way, we know you're talking about yourself, Jack. Whenever someone says a friend, we know it's your arse you're talking about.
I'm not.
Okay. All right. So, Drew.
Yeah.
What's etiquette if a stripper wants to put a digit in you?
I think you let your hand make the appropriate provisions. Like
So you stop her? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, we start with the pinky. If you look at your hand, it's sort of graduated, you know? It's like one of those Russian wooden dolls where there's a smaller one inside of each one. You start with the pinky and you work your way up to the thumb. My thing is like, you're gonna, digitally, rectally rape me. Let's compromise. We start with the pinky. We move into the index, and then we go the F finger. We go the middle finger, and then we take a little break and see how we're both doing with it. If you're doing fine with the dry anal rape, and I'm feeling good about it, then we can talk about moving toward the thumb.
Yeah, but he was definitely, otherwise, he was definitely the man that weekend, though, because that morning he had a threesome with a roommate.
Really?
Yeah. I know.
What is this now? Is he scoring? You got guys scoring because they're friends of yours, right?
I took him under my wing. He's like my little protege, I showed him. Yeah, well, not anymore. I showed him the ropes, and now he's taking those tools and.
Wow. Is he wearing condoms? I hope through all this.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Of course. Let's hope she was wearing them on her hand, like she's wearing some gloves. All right, let's talk to. Let's see. I go to line 3. Chandler,
Hi.
you're 17.
Yeah.
You got a 26-year-old boyfriend,
Yeah.
and he chafed after having sex 5 times on Saturday.
Yeah, it probably wasn't 5 times, but it was enough to get him.
How were you doing after that? I mean, if he chafed.
Right. He chafed, you didn't?
Well, I mean, I got sore, of course, and I took a rest, but I'm okay.
And he's still
right.
is he having some sort of an outbreak there? Did he ulcerate or anything?
I don't know exactly the details. I just know because I spoke with him on the phone, and he just said that it's chafing and it hurts really bad. That he can't put any kind of lotion or whatever on it. It just steams and it's just really dry and chappy. And even when he goes to the bathroom, it's just really.
Sometimes herpes will present like this. Sometimes some vigorous activity will bring on a nice herpetic eruption, and people think it's chafing, but it's actually herpes. But chafing can do this too.
He gets checked every once a year, and since I don't know if that's exactly true, but
herpes would not be detected unless your doctor were there to see an outbreak. So he needs to go now when he's having a problem.
You have to F your doctor in order for him to diagnose herpes. It's true.
Or it's either
I've seen the pamphlet.
You're a bucket of sand.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you got an ashtray down there?
No.
Litter box? What do you got?
Some gravel?
I'll do
got
something.
Corey?
Hydrochloric acid?
Listen, wait. I don't trust this guy. He's 26. You're 17. He's talking about.
Well, that's another story within itself. That was something else I was going to bring up, but.
What about it?
Well, myself, I have a tendency to want to date older men just because of the stability factor.
The what factor?
The stability factor, like the maturity level, and I think maybe that's relative with all girls, but. There's a really huge
yes, of course it is. But when you, in fact, are 27 yourself and look at that a guy that would date a high school age kid, you'll realize that guy is not mature. He's an idiot. The older guy that would date you is not the mature guy. Coincidentally, strangely enough.
I recommend you start sticking your thumb up his ass because he's going to be getting a lot more than a thumb in there when he goes to the pen.
It is. Might as well start loosening him up. And Drew, it brings up a good point, which is it is ironic. There's 15-year-old girls dating guys that are 31 because he's so mature.
Yeah.
Really? He's banging a 9th grader. I mean, really? That's Drew.
He's helping her with her math homework. What?
Yeah. If you knew any guys that were in their 30s that are nailing chicks in high school, would you label them mature?
Right. There's sort of no more immature human. He's less mature than the 12-year-olds.
Yeah, better he should watch SpongeBob and wear a wind-up beanie.
Yes.
He would be less, that guy would be more mature than the guy who's nailing the high schooler. All right.
That's right.
Oh, women. What the hell? What was I doing in high school? I should have figured all this out. I wish I had me back then, Drew? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I had you when I was in high school.
Yeah, but see, Jack, you got me. And
I know.
And look at you. A little stint in rehab, but for the most part...
Well-rounded.
Well-rounded. didn't need any kind of formal book training for someone to let him know he was smart. Now he's living the life of Riley. He's going to Vegas doing crank anchors. His friends are thumbing prostitutes. What a life this kid has. And because he had me, Drew, do you understand?
That's why.
Yeah. I had you a little bit, Drew, but it was too late. I was already out. The
damage was done.
The cement was dry, yeah.
That's right. All right, let's go to line 1 and speak to Amanda. Amanda?
Yes.
You're 15?
Yes, I am.
You gave your adopted brother a BJ 8 years ago?
Yes.
So you were 7?
Yes. I have a history of being molested when I was saved by my grandpa.
Were you molesting your brother, or was he molesting you?
No, it was kind of mutual.
All right.
We both kind of wanted to experience it.
Sure.
So, I mean,
No, you were molesting him.
Well, how old? Well, we got to find out how old the stepbrother was, don't we?
he's 2 years older than me. He was 9 at the time.
So you were 7 and he was 9.
Yeah, and I'm 15 now, and he's 17. And I mean, for me, like, a lot of guys tell me I'm good looking, and I've asked, like, because I have a boyfriend now who's my brother's age, and I asked him the same question. I go, if I was your adopted sister, would you do the same stuff? And he knows what I did with my brother. And he goes, yeah, I do it.
Well,
So
I'm not tracking all this, but look, the fact is,
she posed.
Is it going to affect me later in life, or is it?
Yes.
Well, hold on.
You had already been a victim. Yeah.
Grandpa taking a pass at you is where the real damage was done, not this event.
Is it awkward around your brother, though?
Huh?
Is it really awkward around your brother?
No.
Really?
Well, the brother's going to be weird because
Thanksgivings are uncomfortable at the Corolla house because my sister still owes me $1,200. I could only imagine if she blew me. You know what I mean? Like, it's already a little tense around the table. I just couldn't imagine if there was oral sex involved.
Well, did you ever sleep with one of your sister's friends?
No, though. I had one of my sister's friends, Mindy, stole a shirt of mine once, and I knew it. My sister and I got in a big argument on it, but I never got any sex off of their friends.
Well, like, when they walk in, there's kind of that awkward, like, what's going on? What are you guys doing?
You got any sex off Kelly's friends? Yeah, that's a big yeah.
That's a big yes.
Of course. Oh my God. See, you got me. You see, you got me, and you got Kelly.
But you know how to build a house.
That's true. I'm crafty. All right, Amanda.
Yes.
All right. So, how about some therapy for what your grandfather did to you?
I've had that, and my parents know about it, and they know about what my brother and I did.
Oh.
And I mean, it was a shock to them, and we've stopped.
How many years did you go through therapy?
I'd say about 5.
Oh, all right. Well, it probably what makes you sound marginally sane now for all you've been through. And what did your parents do with your grandfather?
I'm adopted, so my biological grandpa did it to me. And,
I see. Before.
And he did it to my mom, my birth mom, and her sister.
Of course.
It really would make my night if that old F was dead. Is he dead?
I think so.
Oh, great.
I hope
Fantastic.
Let's drive up to Fresno and go find him.
I hope so. But,
it sort of misses the opportunity to kill him, though, doesn't it?
Well,
yeah,
I've
nice to
always
bring him
wanted
back and
to
kill
go
him.
back and find him and just beat the living crap out of him.
Right.
But,
All right.
I mean, that's not right, and,
Yeah, no, it can be.
Take a pair of pliers and a blowtorch, Tom.
That's right. Amanda. Yeah, okay, so all the feelings you have, and like I said, what happened with you and your stepbrother is not where the real damage occurred in this
I
accident.
understand that, but, like, I know it was mutual, but, I mean, he kind of forced me to do it. And I didn't know better, and I'm just a 7-year-old girl who's naive.
Right.
And, if he told me to go jump over a bridge, I'd do it.
Okay,
But,
the point is you were victimized.
Yeah, being a victim, you would do whatever anybody told you to do. You felt sort of the power over. Felt had power over you. You would just immediately freeze and just do whatever they told you to do. And this 9-year-old, unless he had been sexually abused, is not likely to be sexually directed. They just don't know enough to know how to do that. They really don't understand it.
No,
to explore, but to really to try to do something towards orgasm is not a normal behavior of a 9-year-old.
Well, I don't know about toward orgasm, but you can't have an orgasm at 9, can you?
Most males can't. Some of females can.
Really?
Sand comes out.
Sweet. Big powder, big talc blast. Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
This is why if I adopt, I have the kids checked out. You know what I mean? You know, like when you buy like a good used car, they do like the 120-point safety check, and they, change everything and
call the DMV.
Recondition it. Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, you got to really check into this stuff.
Well, they usually do. I mean, there's usually like a lot of background information on the family and all that.
I mean, Drew, what are you supposed to do if you adopt kids where you know there's a history of sexual molestation and they're going to be under the same roof together?
It's really like the Romanian orphans and stuff. People are very unrealistic about what these experiences do to people's behavior, development, and brain function. And if you're taking on a child that's had serious trauma, you got to be prepared to be extremely vigilant, structure the environment so the kids aren't left alone together ever. And lots of years, lifelong, essentially, of mental health services.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right. Hey, but good times.
It takes all kinds too.
It really does take all.
I'll tell you, it does, Adam.
I'll tell you, it does. Jack Osbourne is in the studio tonight. We're overdue for a break, so we're going to take that real quick with Tim. Tim.
Hello.
Tim.
Yeah.
Stoner Tim, you heard of a new way to smoke pot that uses the vaporizing machine?
Right. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
Jack has.
So
I tried it.
Yeah, is it better? I mean, is it safer?
Yeah. Well, it. Here we go.
Yeah, go ahead, Jack.
All right. What it is? It doesn't burn it. It heats it. Makes it really hot. So you essentially just smoking the THC.
Yeah.
Crystals from.
You're getting the vapor of it, right?
Yeah. And I mean, some say it's a waste of weed, but it gets you, pretty baked.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you need more potent pot these days?
Yeah, I know, seriously. It's like borderline heroin.
Does the pot last longer? Is it like more efficient way to do it?
Well, it's kind of like you get really high, like, without burning that much, and then you can kind of save it later, and,
I'll tell you, kids today, Drew, remember we were just smoking out of those toilet paper, cardboard rolls with the foil stuffed into it, or the pipe that was made out of the tin foil or the hollowed out apple or something? These kids with their newfangled vaporizing machines, huh?
And the price of a lid then, too.
Oh, a lid. $10 you get a lid for. We still never did figure out how much pot is in a lid, but it's a lot. All right. So they work. What if you have like a respiratory condition? You don't want to smoke. You don't want to smoke, though, Drew. You don't want to smoke. You just want to inhale the weed. You want the same high.
It probably would be not as bad for you, I bet.
Nope. Very good. Is
that not true, Jack? I don't know. I don't know.
I wouldn't think so. You're not inhaling that much.
Yeah.
Well, it's not smoke. It's not. Smoke is very irritating. So
we'll take ourselves a little break. Jack Osbourne here tonight. We'll be right back after this.
Thank you for calling LoveLine. Your call will be answered in the order it seems interesting.
Call LoveLine. Call 1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew coming out of New York. John Mayer is in here tomorrow night. Saw him on the Grammys last night. Jack Osbourne in here tonight. Just talking a little Vegas strip club with Jack during the break. Drew, you stay at the Hard Rock a lot there in Vegas, yes?
I have not been there in years, actually. Not since they built the new addition.
Well, they do have one of the places I enjoy is across the street, the Club Paradise there, across the street from the Hard Rock.
That's a strip club?
Yeah, it's a great place. I do find, though, I know it sounds like a joke, but someone is going to get killed, and maybe they have already crossing the street. First, it's like a 22-lane highway between Club Paradise and the parking lot of the Hard Rock, and guys are walking out of that place at 5:30 in the morning. First off, they're obliterated.
Yeah.
I mean, they're blasted. They've had a boner for 9 hours, so there's zero blood in their head. They're disoriented, too, because you're in a strip club, you're in a place, there's no windows, there's no time, there's no clocks, you don't know where you are, you've been doing, Jaeger shots, you have glitter in your eyes. It's been rubbing off the boobs of strippers on, and then you stumble out into the daylight, and all you know is you got to make it to your room, and you'll be goddamned if you're going to walk 200 yards this way and wait at the crosswalk. So you take a chance and you sprint across the highway. Hundreds of people must be killed by trucks every year. And I just think there should be, the picture they have, like with the deer or the children playing, the family. They have these things. If you drive south and you head toward Mexico, when you get somewhere around the where the hell do you get over there? Where the San Onofre, you'll start seeing signs that are telling you, look, there may be illegal families that may be running across. Look out!
Yeah, you see a woman and a man, a child in tow.
Yeah, look, child's dragging.
So Adam wants a guy with a boner running across the street.
I want a guy wearing a fez, like a Shriner, and I want those little zip things coming from his head. Those twirly zip things that shows you're effed up in the cartoons.
Yeah,
the eyes will just be X's. The eyes will be X's. He'll have the martini glass. He'll have his arm around like a
big-breasted,
huge can stripper who's stumbling, and he'll have the boner. There'll be the clear. It'll be like a profile shot. So we'll see the clear boner, and he'll be staggering toward the casino. This is going to let you sober people who are delivering paper and
driving to work,
dairy and driving to work. You need to slow down. And this is the life's blood of your city, by the way. You don't want to kill these people off. They'd have the convention in Branson next year if you kill one of these guys. All right, Drew, that's my plan. Let's work on that.
Seems sensible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did go to Club Paradise once and leave, and it was actually light outside when I came out, and that's sobering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's rough.
You're like, well, what's my purpose in life? I can't believe I'm doing this.
I got a better plan. They need to build a tunnel to the casino at the Hard Rock.
Underground.
Where you would never then see light. You could just go back and forth between the tunnel. In between the tunnels, like there's a slot machine and a glory hole, like halfway. Halfway. In case you stop, you got a pocket full of nickels or a sack full of semen. What, Drew?
Male humans would begin morphing into moles. They start evolving into moles.
We wouldn't have
They're like
eyes
those people that live in New York, like in the old underground subways.
Yeah, like
the mold people.
Right, so we'd hit sunlight and people, no, make it stop. Just smoke coming off my skin and my groin. All right. And maybe a little vomitorium down there too. So because you've been eating the
nachos,
fried cheese and the nachos, doing the Jaeger shots. You may need to make a little space as you work your way back to the casino.
Definitely.
What do you think?
Time for break.
Oh, buddy, I wanted to take some calls.
Oh my God.
All right, let's take a little break.
One call.
One call?
Yeah.
One call? No,
Please.
We're out of time, buddy. Okay, let me see who's been on hold the longest. 118 minutes. Meredith.
Hi.
Hi, we have 11 seconds.
Okay. Like whenever I get intimate with like a guy, I get really turned off, and I'll take care of him, but I won't like let him take care of me. I don't know why.
You're lesbian.
You could work in the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You sound like my kind of woman.
All right. And ever molested or abused?
No.
All right.
Have you ever had a relationship, a boyfriend?
Yeah, but not like anything long term.
How old are you now?
17.
Sometimes that's kind of protective, so you don't get really involved with somebody too soon. Just maybe slow down the whole thing and start looking around for somebody you want to have a relationship with. Take your time.
Yeah.
Don't just having physical contact with strange guys you don't really want to get
slow
involved
it down a little. The tunnel would have one of those moving sidewalks like at the airport because you couldn't walk at that point. You just
Shall we finance it?
We should work on this, and then we work on the bullet train to Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jack Osbourne here. Take a quick break. We'll be right back.
All right, guys, here's the deal. You're looking to hook up, sick of wasting time with the wrong person? One call's all you need to make. Call the Dateline. 877-889-DATE. Call the Dateline. Oh, yeah, everybody now.
LoveLine will be right back.
Well, that's the show, everybody. I want to thank Jack Osbourne for coming in here.
Thank you.
I like the new sober Jack.
You like the new sober Jack?
Yeah, it's all the fun of the old drunk Jack and the coherency of the new sober
Not
Jack.
falling asleep in the coffee.
Yeah, I like Jack. He really could have gone one of many directions over the last few years, and I think he ended up going the right one.
Yes.
So be it.
Okay, Drew, you happy about that?
I am happy about that.
Another success story. So, Jack, you come back anytime you like
All right,
and
right on.
say hi to us and say hi to the family. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Ingold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.